Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. This is the Fathom FR36, and I'm about to find out if it'll off-road. Our Chop Shop season of Will It Off-Road continues, and this week with a little bit more changes in the views. You'll see it in the second half of the video. The first part, we only had two support vehicles with this, so it's still the normal top corners. With Commander Hobo in the top left, Sparing Donkey in the top right, so that you can keep an eye on their perspective of the run. And I gotta say, I enjoyed this little car in Will It Off-Road. It was a lot of fun. It is rear-wheel drive. It has just enough power that you can have some fun with it, but not so much power that it causes it to really struggle in any major way. I mean, there were little things here and there. Interestingly enough, despite this being a brand new vehicle to GTA Online, it does not seem to mind the bushes all that much. Bigger bushes and foliage slowed it down, but smaller bushes just did not have the impact that we've seen for the past couple of years on vehicles. So kind of a nice thing. Like right there, I just went through those bushes and it was fine. And those bushes too. It just... no issue whatsoever. So it made this for a pleasant run. Of course, Hobo in his elegy just right on my bumper the entire run up. So, you know, this car is definitely not the fastest to go up the mountain, but it was still just an absolute joy to drive. By the way, you can, in addition to seeing other people's perspectives, you can hear the commentary that takes place in our Discord conversation in the behind the scenes version of Will It Off-Road and even other community videos that we have by becoming a channel supporter. Either become a channel member right here on YouTube, subscribe on Twitch, make a monthly pledge on Patreon, or on our Discord server itself. You can do a server membership. All four of those, if you are in the Vainglorious Discord and for the first three have your appropriate service linked, get you access to the Vainglorious HQ section of the Vainglorious Discord server, which is where I post the links to behind the scenes videos. Of course, here on YouTube, if you're a channel member, you get the additional perk of getting early access to 100% of my videos. On the day I'm recording this, there are 19 videos that are available currently to members only. Some of them scheduled way out into May. For reference, it's March 18th when I'm recording this voiceover. And this video will go live for members on March 18th. So if you're watching this in April or even May, well, you could have watched it a couple months ago. Anyways, making our final little climb in the FR36. Back end tried to come around on me, but it's easy enough to fix. And we're up in 2 minutes, 40 seconds. So, Will It Off-Road? Ding indeed. Little noise, ding indeed. Yes, it did fine going up the mountain. I mean, like I said, it's not the fastest thing in the world, but there was a surprise here. In terms of, hi donkey, in terms of just overall, we've tested 419 vehicles as of this video, and the FR36 is 71st. It is 0.2 of a second slower than the FCR 1000 Custom, which is a motorcycle that I forgot existed until right this very minute. Well, actually, until like about half hour ago when I wrote down all these stats on a note card, but still, totally forgot it was a thing. And it is tied with the Vapid Dominator ASP, and the way I treat ties is it goes into the alphabet after that. So the spreadsheet, which is linked in the description down below, is ordered by ascent. Easy. You know, how long it took. And then if there's a tie, it then goes into being alphabetical by class. If there's a tie there, then by manufacturer. And if there's a tie somehow still there, which I think there actually is one somewhere, then it goes by car model name alphabetically. So that's just how I treat ties. It works. In terms of coupes, or coupes if you prefer, out of the 9 that we have tested, it is the new #1. Kind of surprising. It is, hiker down. It is 3.22 seconds faster than the Previon. So not too shabby because the Previon did all right. In terms of shop, as of this vehicle, we've tested 13. It is 6th, so right there in the middle. It is 1.3 seconds slower than the Impaler SZ. And it is 2.05 seconds faster than the Impaler LX. So nice Impaler sandwich there with an import in the middle. You know, so 2 boring sedans with a mediocre coupe. Sure, in the middle. Yeah, that works. It sounds good to me. By the way, also linked in the description down below is Will It Offroad Bingo. Make sure you're playing that each and every week for Will It Offroad. You just click on Generate a New Card, and then you tap on the things that happen in the video if they're on your card. And if you get bingo, put it in the comments down below, and you'll be our 6th ever winner of Will It Offroad Bingo. You can also come tell us about it on the Vainglorious Discord server, where we would love to have you join. So we are down for our controlled descent. 2 minutes, 27 seconds. We're going to be here for a second. Hobo bounced over, but Donkey's having a bit of a problem. We want to give out Donkey an opportunity to do his jump as well. So we're just going to chill. We're going to wait and let him jump and do his best impersonation of a British person by jumping out of his car. If you watch Will It Offroad, you get that reference. So we're back at the top of Mount Chiliad to fling this thing off this little ramp. And watch the top right. Bonk. Donkey just hit the barrier. I can appreciate what he was going for, and it's going to actually kind of look pretty cool in the second half of the video. He wanted to use cinematic camera, but that cinematic camera made it so he couldn't quite see where he was going. And as a result, he bonked off the pole. By the way, do join the Vainglorious Discord server. I know I started to mention that earlier. And then failed to continue. If you are part of the Vainglorious Discord server and you have the game on the platform that we are playing it for a community video or live stream, you're welcome to join us to take part in the fun. And even if you don't have the games or the platform that we play on, we still have lots of people who play on every platform and play a ton of different games. So you are certain to find someone to chat with. And we've just recently kind of revised the rules on the Vainglorious Discord, made them a little more relaxed. A little more community and chat friendly, I think. I think it's a good thing overall. Granted, they've been in place for probably 6 or 7 weeks by the time you watch this, but it just happened today, on the day that I'm recording this voiceover, so yeah. Almost got to thread the needle, but I went a little high and then got hit, and it just brought me back down to the ground. And now I'm like in last place. In my own video. No, it's fine. On the damage descent, it's kind of every man for himself. On the first 2, the ascent and controlled descent, it's kind of a general rule that I stay out in front because, you know, it's my car is the one being tested. But look at this. I'm counting that as getting over the woodpile. Granted, I caught it just as I went over it and it kind of rolled me over, but I'm still counting it. We are down for the damage descent, 1 minute, 48, almost 49 seconds. So let's take a look at the damage on the FR36. Most of the windows and lights are gone. The hood, the rear bumper, and the right door are missing. The left door will not close. The wheels are bent, and there's slight body damage. Not a lot, but there's enough to call it body damage and not just weird crinkling of the mesh. There are support vehicles from the front and then from the back. And then that is going to bring us to our next vehicle. The Karin Asterope GZ. And gosh, so I don't know what I was thinking when I designed this car. It's kind of hideous. I don't like it. The only thing I can think of is I got up at 4 a.m. when the DLC came out. And this was one of the first cars I designed. Or maybe, no, actually it was one of the latter cars I designed. Because I had switched over to my second character. So I was really tired by the time I designed this. And yes, look at this. So top left we have Commander Hobo. Top right is Sparing Donkey. Bottom left is British Brendan, a.k.a. Raven, a.k.a. The bajillion names he's been known by. Altered Kitty being one of them. And then, of course, bottom right is my perspective. So you actually get a bigger view of the other players and smaller of mine, but on my view, nothing's blocked by a picture-in-picture. So I like this. I dig it. I know the timer is a little bit smaller, but I think it's still big enough that those of you on mobile should still be able to see it just fine. I haven't watched it on the mobile yet. By the way, Hobo isn't taking a nap. His controller died. So this isn't a case of old man needed a break. He just had to get his controller plugged in or new batteries or something. But yeah, it happens every once in a while. It happens to me, but you never really see it in the videos because we start over. Though if ever there's another Will It Off-Road Fails video, you'll see a few of them, which I do keep the footage from my fails. They're sitting on a hard drive on my computer just waiting for the day that they get to be featured in the video. There was a Will It Off-Road Fails video. If you search Off-Road and Fails on my channel, you'll find it. It's been a couple years back. But yeah, there are fails that take place. But yeah, so the design of this car is bad. It is. I didn't do a very good job. As a matter of fact, I think right after this video gets uploaded, I'm gonna jump into GTA for about 10 minutes and correct this oversight in what I think is generally a pretty good eye for design. I think I thought this was funny at the time to take a Camry and make it look all nuts, but it just doesn't work. I mean, that dark purple paint underneath the green and blue, it's just, I don't mind the black wheels, it's fine. And I don't think I'd even mind this livery on a different car, but on an Asterope, nah. Though I will say Raven's Asterope, I really like the design. Very tasteful, very clean, but yet has, you know, some graphics going on. I dig it. I like it a lot. We're actually almost to the top of the mountain now, which is kind of surprising for what is a boring sedan. I really thought this was going to be an over 3-minute car, but it's not, because we are up in 2 minutes, 45 seconds. So, will it off-road? I don't know what Raven and Hobo were doing over there by this stage, but yes! Yes, it will, as the Avenger just kind of lurks in the background, but on the ground this time. So, back to our, oh, well, Raven just needed to show us his engine, I guess. And then he didn't close his hood. He's just gonna drive that way. All right, yep, there goes the hood. I'm about to say how long, I was literally about to say how long is it going to stay on, and then it fell off. So, yeah. So going back down, this car was okay. It doesn't have the best brakes, so I had to be a little bit careful. But for the control descent, it didn't bounce. There was one thing with the FR36 that was a little bit challenging, is it reacted to the bumps a little bit weird. Oh, there goes Raven. One of these days, he will do a Will It Off-Road that does not have calamities. But for performance, overall, out of 419 vehicles, the Asterope GZ is 106th, so top quarter, roughly. Actually, it's just a little bit outside the top quarter, but close enough. It is 0.13 seconds. Wow, okay, I don't remember having issues, but I saved it, so good driving on my part. 0.13 seconds slower than a Fisker Comet S2, and 0.15 seconds faster than the Greenwood, which, man, that's like right there, less than 0.2 of a second, separating three cars. Kind of nuts. Wow, that NPC sounded like a woe from a song, but I can't think of the song off the top of my head. I think it was from the 80s. Anyways, in terms of sedans, out of the 28 that we have tested, the Asterope GZ comes in 4th. It is 2.17 seconds slower than the Chincamilla and 5.52 seconds faster than the Tailgater S. Am I the only one? Raven's back on the trail. I was about to say, am I the only one not having problems, as I was having problems, so never mind. So, okay, maybe this wasn't the best run. I remember this going better than this. I don't remember having this many problems. For the Chop Shop, this is now the 14th Chop Shop vehicle we have tested, and it is number 9. 1.4 seconds. Sorry, let me try that again. 1.47 seconds slower than the unmarked Cruiser, and 1.97 seconds faster than the Steyr LE Cruiser. So, once again, we have two domestics with an import in the middle. Just kind of worked out that way for this week's Will It Off-Road. I love it when things like that happen, though, just little coincidences. But we're coming down for our final little bit of our controlled descent, which, yeah, this is definitely fairly unremarkable, but we should get to see some pretty good jumps here Everybody's pretty much right here. Oh, Donkey decided not to jump. Okay. Or maybe he did and I just didn't see it. And Raven, wow, his car went flying. But we are now going to head back to the top of Mount Chiliad, where we're going to fling all 4 cars off. You can see Donkey once again going for the cinematic view. Once again, hit the side, but at least this time it didn't stop him dead. And like I said, I will admit that it kind of adds a little bit when here when the camera is zoomed out. It might be a little hard to see what's going on from his view. But when the camera is up closer, it does look kind of cool. So, you know, I'm good with it. I think it can work in certain situations to kind of give a unique perspective on what was happening, especially when we're all right here together in a little group like this. It kind of works well. But yeah, we're all kind of battering each other, getting banged around by the mountain. It's a thing. And I'm getting booted by the British, the 2 Brandons wrestling down the mountain in Toyota Camrys. Man, that needs to be a sport. Toyota Camry wrestling. That would be... Yes, let's make it a thing, people. Let's get some of that YouTube money, buy a bunch of old Camrys, and have a wrestling match with them. Sounds great, except my YouTube money would buy very old Camrys. Like, we need to be looking for some that you can get for, like, $50. Which, can you even buy a car for $50 anymore? Like, one that won't require tens of thousands of dollars to then get running. Oh, we're all having some type of issues here. Look at that. Donkey's flying around. Hobo's about the only one right now that's drama-free. I'm trying to figure out how to get through this tunnel. There we go. And Raven just rolled forever. You know, he just rolled forever. And still managed to try to get past me. But that didn't work. So here I go. And then now mine's going to roll. Just for no good reason. And I couldn't get turned around, so I'm just going to go backwards with Raven driving on my roof. It's fine. But Raven managed to get up over the woodpile. I did not. What are you going to do? I don't know what Hobo's doing up there with an empty personal vehicle. But we're down and sideways. 2 minutes, 4 seconds. So let's take a look at the damage on the Asterope GZ. All of the windows are gone. Most of the lights are busted. The front bumper and fenders, along with all of the doors, are up on Mount Chiliad. It has bent wheels and moderate body damage. Yeah, let's call that moderate body damage. And then we'll take a look at our support vehicles from the front and from the rear. Yeah, not looking so good there, and lots of dead bodies. But anyway, that's going to do it for this week's Will It Off-Road. I want to thank you once again very much for watching. I know there are a ton of things you could have watched today on YouTube, and you chose my silly little Will It Off-Road video, and so I appreciate that. And we'll see you again next week, I believe, with more Will It Off-Road. And until then, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.